it. I went live. I told you guys I was going to do it, and I did.
Shebang.
Welcome to At the Close, everybody. Green Day, you like to see it. However, we're not out of the woods yet. We got a big day on the earnings front after the close today. Amazon, Apple, Robinhood, Roku, Intel, U.S. Steel. A lot to get to. Smash that like. Here we go.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
3 consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Oh yeah, that's a good point, Dino. Joel, why are you wearing a UVA shirt?
The questions.
I
don't know if I've ever seen this. I don't know if I've seen this.
You've seen this shirt before. You've seen this shirt before.
I've seen you wear Mizzou. I don't know if I've seen you wear UVA.
Because that's where my niece went, right?
Okay.
My other niece went to Indiana, but I'm not going to wear an Indiana shirt. To be honest with you, we did the old family trip out to D.C. I don't know, maybe a decade ago, and we hung out on UVA's campus, and I was so impressed with what Thomas Jefferson did there and everything. I bought the shirt. So short sleeve shirts getting a little warm here. Yep. So, Virginia. Not a Virginia fan, but like the shirt. So
UVA does have the second largest campus mall, not store
cool.
not store mall like Quad in the country. But you know who's is bigger? It's the University of Maryland. That's right.
It's a beautiful school. It's just absolutely gorgeous school, and I'm a huge Thomas Jefferson fan. I just don't know what he thinks about the First Amendment now, but we won't go into that.
All right, let's go into the market.
We will go into the spoos, and it's a good day. It's a great day. It was a tricky day because you almost went back to scratch. You almost went, after being up 60 handles, you went almost back to unchanged at 80 and a quarter, and then you mounted a rally, and it was just relentless. Really no catalyst for the rally that I'm seeing, but you got all the way. Not only did you blow away the top of my number here, which was 67 and a quarter, you went all the way back to Thursday's high. We matched Thursday's high to the tick at 0350. Now you're getting some profit taking here. So, wow, that was a big old rally. And who knows what's going to happen today with Apple and Amazon. But all the top components are ripping. Apple's ripping 4%. Big tech is back. And here we are. We'll see what happens with tonight's reports, but that's what we're looking at. Crude caught a bid, and I had talked about the 103 area, and then it took that out, and I know we had some news on that. Spencer can talk about that. There was two highs in crude at 10, I believe it was right at 103, and it didn't even blink there. Boom, 105.14 up 312 at 105.14. It's up in the oil stocks. Gold rebounds now up 710 at 1895.80. Silver still in the red by a quarter, 23.26. Bitcoin, do I need to mention? Well, didn't quite get to 38.9, and then you get a little bounce. That's up 1,200 at 40,110. Ethereum futures are in the green too, up $98.50 at 29.56.
Okay, where do we start? Maybe Facebook here, right? That's probably the story of the day. Is part of it is the fact that the whole market is up, right? So it's not as if Facebook is like some huge outlier, but you got to be impressed with the fact that it looked like it was going to give back a good chunk of those gains, Joel, but then it turned.
Oh, it's tough.
We've now. I mean, we're almost at the after hours high, frankly, which was 210. We're at 206. So it's held on to nearly all of its gains from last night, which you got to be happy about.
It's crazy. I mean, like I said, when these kind of opens, are just so difficult, right? It came in, you had sellers coming in, and then You got nowhere near the top of the previous day's range. I just think you have some really sharp short-term traders that are, sniffing out the big buyers and big sellers. I mean, it did come in 195 and then just turned around, not quite yet at the pre-market high. Maybe, maybe you had, I don't know what the short, maybe a lot of shorts were scrambling today. But just hard. I don't know. I wonder what Triple D did with that little Facebook. He was sure laboring over
Yeah.
that. But well, let's see if we get to. I'll still give that 210. That's a good number, pre-market high, and then we'll see tomorrow. I think at this point, unless Apple and Amazon have a bad day, you got to assume a continuation 2-day move. And as I mentioned, this thing has some legs. Why not get back up to this gap area? For Facebook. That wouldn't be 248. So maybe a little bit longer term target on the upside there for Facebook.
Bill, was it Bill in the chat? They just dropped that stat. Yeah, Bill just dropped that stat. 6.2% implied move for Apple. So that's about what, $10? Right.
After it moves 7, I mean, holy mackerel. I mean, what do you do? I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it had all the pre-earnings run in one day,
Trying to
right?
make it back to that
$7.
170, baby.
I
mean,
just, yeah.
Heck, yeah, 170. Sure, why not? I gotta say though, I'm really like, I didn't have a take on Facebook heading into the report other than the fact that I didn't want to bet on it, but I had no take on whether it was going to be a good or bad report. I'm really not feeling great about this Apple report, and I mentioned this earlier in the day, but like, surely they have to be feeling the effects of Shanghai and the lockdowns in China has to be hurting their production. And I don't even know if they've said anything yet about that because it's only been going on for about a month now. So they have to address that on the call. We're going to be streaming the call, by the way. It's at 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to stream it on our YouTube channel here, but I'll be there watching it because they're going to have to come out and lower their production guidance, right? Don't they?
One thing I know about the market, Spencer,
It's
it doesn't care what you think.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
It doesn't care what anyone thinks. It doesn't.
So what Spencer is trying to tell us is the logic says that it's not going to be a good report, but I mean,
that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Right?
Logically, I mean, I can't see you wrong there, Spencer, but I mean, we'll see in this report, right?
Doesn't Apple have their cycles built in, though, that, like, you're always needed, like, a new iPhone? Like, I'm due for a new iPhone, but I just
not.
Don't feel,
You just got a new
I
iPhone.
think I am. Lisa said I was. She looked
Every
on
2
the
years,
bill.
baby.
Yeah, she looked at it. She goes, "You want a new phone?" I'm like, "Did they make a smaller one with less crap on it?" Then yeah, I want it. But
They
no,
got the
I'm
mini
due. I
now.
mean, planned obsolescence. Yeah, I don't know. See
Yeah.
how those people put those computers in their pockets and stuff. But I mean, it's a great company. It has a great day. I don't, I just don't know what to tell you with it up $7 today. I mean, I don't know how much. What more could you expect? I guess just look at these daily highs on a pop, right? You got one more daily high at 67.87 and then another daily high at 71.53. But if this is a bad report and everyone piling today, oh man, it's going to be ugly. So flat, dumb, and happy on that one.
What is it you always say, Joe? The market, it will hurt the most number of people, something like that, right?
Prove the most amount of people wrong the most amount of the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's where it wants to hurt the most.
Yeah. So everyone's leaning bullish here after Facebook last night and today. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, what else here? I don't know if it's worth talking about Teledoc, but hey, it stopped going down. By the way, guys, the volume on Teledoc today is otherworldly. It's going to trade more stock today than it did in all of January, I expect, because it's already traded like 80 million shares. What's the volume today? The volume today is 78 million shares, and it traded 80 million in all of January. So I'm sorry, 88 million, excuse me. Still though, that's crazy volume.
I would. This one was a little bit tempting, on the downside, to take. Now I wanted to peg that 28.75 low, but I did mention that you had. When was this? You had here. This is the kind of stuff. This is going back. Show you my little data window here. That's why you guys think I'm so smart all the time. Uh, December of 18, you had a low at 8:30.85. January, you had a low at 30.88. So that's two monthly lows around 31. This one was a little bit above it. Now I know it went to like 28.75 today, but when I see, when I see something like that, I mean, after the precipitous fall, whether you're short or long puts or something like that. So I wouldn't have bought that low at 28.75, but it's a green candle and having a decent day, but I wouldn't touch it. It put some pressure on my stock, but that bounced back. That made a new all-time low and bounced back. I'm glad I didn't keep buying more of that, but it's a decent looking bar for today. Who knows what the hell is going to happen tomorrow? But they bought the dip at Teledocs.
Yeah.
Yeah, when your theme is in favor, it's in favor, and then it could very easily get out of favor, right? So
Yeah, 300 at 29, 28. Who would have thunk it?
All right, something that I always forget to do, and I'm guilty of this every single earnings season, and I always try to change my habit, and I can never do it. Is as soon as a company reports earnings, and we talk about the stock the next day, and then the day after, 2 days out, we forget about it. And I always try not to do that because it's important when stocks come back and either make up the losses or give back the gains from the earnings report. So look at UPS today, Joel. UPS today is back to where it was Monday afternoon, heading because they reported Tuesday morning. So it's basically back to Monday's close right now. And the stock dropped, it opened down like $10, actually more than that because it popped on its earnings report and then sold off $16 in the after hour session. So, or that the next day. So we've come back all the way from a low of 180 on Tuesday. We've come back to 190, which is more or less where we were at before the report even came out. So it's like nothing happened here.
Mr. Market's helping out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had this line. I don't know why I had this here, 198. But anyways, I guess that was the daily high on a pop. Uh, 2 day move off the low. Let's see. Do we got a matching high? 191. The fact that you rallied up to 191, 190.94 was a high on April 22nd, and then 190.84 was another high. You backed off a buck. So I would just want to make sure that this goes through 191 tomorrow, and then I'll say, yeah, maybe this thing's got more legs. Yeah, 2 good days, kind of just like I said, Mr. Market's helping out, but I like to see it get to 191. FedEx, kind of same thing, coming up off the low. I mean, nothing to get super excited about, but this is closer to its high for the session. So not much. I mean, not if something jumps out at me, I like to tell you, but if there's nothing jumping out at me, you can't make the charge tell you something that's not there.
No, that's certainly true. By the way, if you're watching pre-market prep this morning and you heard Mark Shakin mention an ETF, but he didn't know the ticker, it was BTAL, Bravo Tango Alpha Lima. This is a market neutral. It's basically a hedging ETF. It goes long and short. So in a choppy market, it'll probably outperform. In an up market, it'll probably lag. But if you're watching, if you're watching and you want to know what that was, it was BTAL was your ticker.
Yeah, it's kind of thin. I mean,
That's fair.
trades.
I mean,
Yeah,
I mean,
100.
yeah.
Joel,
100
Joel,
goes into.
90% of ETFs are thin. Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
That's the hard
that's
part.
that's the way it goes sometimes. Okay,
I wasn't sure where Mark was at this morning. He was calling for like the lot 3,800 to 4,000, which is quite a bit lower. I don't know. I wasn't real clear on his market call today, but that's probably just me.
What else was I watching? Hey, Netflix. I know again. I know the market is higher, so it's going to bring everybody with it here. But Netflix now is up, right back to where it was on Tuesday's close. We talk about not catching a falling knife. Well, it's no longer falling for the moment. So I know it's only one update. You probably want to wait for more, right?
I mean, it undercut the previous day's low, right?
Yeah.
That's a nice move. One of
Yeah.
the oldest trick in the books. If you're just paying attention to it, you would have lost money. Well, it's the first time it did that. It undercut the 87.77 low, went down to 85.60. And then when it came back up through there, that was a pretty heatless trade, and you could have leaned on the 85.60. That's just an old trick. But did that even happen before? Not really. Not really. So that's what you got. That's kind of set up. I wouldn't want to be short Netflix tomorrow. I mean, I think a little bit of room on the upside. Long ways to get up to that gap. Next target 209.15. Netflix. That was Wednesday's high.
All right, here is the calendar for tonight. Full disclosure, it is missing Robinhood. I apologize for that.
The
But
hood.
Amazon, Apple, Intel, US Steel, Gilead, Roku, First Solar, Western Digital, Atlassian, which I'm sure is probably down 50%. Let's see. Yeah, about that from its highs. And then Robinhood lead the way for us tonight. Speaking of low bars, I mean, Roku, the bar could not be any lower for
This huge report. I think also for Fubo that has been getting this plummeted. So I think everyone's going to be watching in that Roku. It's under the 100 mark, right? I mean, that 100 mark I
Yeah.
thought was really important. If it could recover that on this report, that would be a good sign there. But a lot of volume also coming in when it broke down to that 100. So it looks like some people were like, all right, it's time to let go. But we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, same thing with that. The undercut and rally. I mean, 84.29 yesterday's low. You went to 83.72, and then when you came back up that, but you gotta be on those trades, and you gotta really pay attention to them. What I like about them is that when you do that and then you come back up, you got pretty defined risk. Because you're going to be leaning on what the new low was. I think you really had to been cat quick though, because it only went through it by like 50 cents and then rebounded. So nice day for Roku. Still not really understand I mean, I know it's a device you put on your TV, but
it's built in. I think we're past the days of people buying an actual Roku box. It's built into the TV now. It's just software. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
just more of a product also. So they have I think what Roku's trying to do is they're not trying to just be one kind of thing, like not just a kind of a product. They want to be a mix between a streaming service and a product. So
I will say we have a Roku TV in our bedroom that we never use it. We use it like maybe once a month, but we don't.
Roku's right here.
Right.
Got Roku.
All I'm saying is maybe it's because we don't use ours, but man, is it slow. Holy cow, is it slow? Again, that could be because we don't use it, and it just doesn't.
You know what I think? I think old TV is slow. I tried to. Oh, Fubo. Oh, boy,
yeah, that's what I looked at today. $4, man. Holy moly!
It seems to be. I tried to catch up on the last episode of.
Yeah, you should watch it. Bro. You should watch it.
I did. And you hit it, and you're like, okay. And then it just like, okay.
Yeah, it's slow.
I mean, I got pretty good internet. I just
yeah.
And there's a black screen of death, and you're like, well, what? Did I turn the TV off or something? It takes a while. It takes a while.
Winning Time on HBO.
You got to see it. You got to watch it, man. It's good. So I'm all caught up now.
If you watched last Sundays, then yes, you're all caught up.
Okay.
These guys and their shows.
Yeah,
it's a good one. I'm not a TV guy, Mitch. So when I tell you about TV, you should watch TV because I'm not a TV guy.
Mitch, I literally have an app that I use. It's called Next Episode. I'm pretty sure
I'm actually gonna write that down.
I think I may have paid like a couple bucks for it because I just want, and it literally tracks my shows and it tells me what's coming up next and when, and how many more episodes are left? Anyway, free plug for them. Next episode, that's what I use because I've got a watch list a mile long and I can never get to anything. So there we go. Okay, what's the chat talking about here? Well, what are you guys watching?
We're tanking.
head
We're
into
coming in here.
We're
There's
just
some
giving up some
profit
of
take.
those. I mean, those
Yeah,
day
but we
traders
matched
coming in.
Thursday's high and then smack. I should have
Take
waited.
that.
Wow.
I should have waited for the 3 p.m. close instead of the 2 p.m. close to start shorting this market. It would have been
Hey.
a little bit more profitable. But anyways, we're still gonna have a good day. Just backing off the high. We got 9 minutes to go.
Joel, any trade in Churchill Downs? We're a week out from this.
Yeah, you guys. Geez, I mean,
No?
it's gonna be a big event. I mean, you could play it off it, run it in, up at the 210s, or 220. I mean, if you want to play it here, it looks like you had to break from 220 to 195. Undercut the March low. I don't like seeing that on a relative basis because the market didn't. But you cleared the three tops here. That's what I like. So you stay above there. You got some room up to 220. I haven't started doing my handicapping yet, but I think I think I might have a long shot. I like long shots, but
Joel, can we commit next week to doing some derby content with you or no?
we can do some derby content. I don't know if we need to do what we did.
Here's the problem though, but I'm out Thursday or Friday, so it's got to be either without me or on Wednesday. I don't know.
We could do it Wednesday.
Yeah, but I don't even know when's I don't know when the draw is.
Oh, we gotta wait for the draw.
Are you out on Thursday and Friday too, Mitch?
No, I'm not gonna be out on Thursday and Friday.
I have a wedding in Maryland. I'm going to a derby.
All right, we'll figure it out. I mean, I'll definitely do my derby article, and we'll see. We'll see if we can fit in. I'm not gonna do anything I did last year.
Maybe the gambling stocks get moving today with the draft.
Oh my gosh!
Speaking of run-ups, though, I'm kind of surprised that my Thwonk has been so weak this week. I would have assumed with the Miami Grand Prix coming up that it would have been running a little more into it. But
FLON, what's the symbol?
Dude, that's the reason right there. That right there.
FW.
You have to ask about the symbol.
FWONK. He's probably right.
Every time, man.
That's probably what it is, dude. Because you don't even remember the symbol, so you gotta be like, what is it?
Better hold 64, Spence.
Yeah,
they gotta change the name to Formula One. If it said Formula One in the name, I think they would like it. You know?
Yeah, FMLA. I mean, look at that. What the hell? Don't they know how to pick a symbol?
I don't know.
There's no FMLA.
FMLA.
I want to short the stock, just the fact that it has such a stupid symbol.
I'll tell you what. I'll propose it at the next meeting of shareholders. I don't know what it is, but I'll propose it. All right. Yeah, we're off the high today.
You think the Twitter shareholders are going to vote it down? Or is that just more of my scatterbrain talk?
That's scatter.
I just want to see the stock. I just want to see the stock not move more than a quarter or 50 cents.
I said it today. A close above 49 is still looking good.
You know what? I almost feel like buying my stock back,
dude,
so I could go to the shareholder meeting and vote against.
Look at this guy. Look at this.
I swear to God. I almost am tempted to do it, man. They're letting this guy walk away with a fortune.
What's the date? I might have to be at that meeting.
Oh, you just got out of like a 6-year abusive relationship with the
relationship.
Dude, don't get back in. Okay?
I'll get back in just so I could be a shareholder and say, no, we're not. You know what they need to do? And I put this in my article. You know what they need to do?
What?
They need to fire. They need to vote it down. They need to kick out, what's that guy's name? Padrag or Rala or whatever?
Parag.
Yeah. They need to kick him out, and they need to bring in someone else to run the company. That was like, if you think about it now, they had Jack for all those years that didn't know what he was doing, and then they replaced him with some engineer that'd been there for 10 years. And they expect the company to improve. They got to vote it down. They got to clean house. They got to hire me and Shaw Udall to run the company. And that's going to be $100, $200, $300 billion company.
Action Udall, how's DKNG? I'm still waiting for it.
He's liked it since 40, so he must really like it here.
He must really like it at 14.
I will give you something. I'll give you a little. I'll give you a little something on this for you, Donkey Kong traders out there. Set your alert for 1470. If it gets
All right.
above 1470, bye.
All I know is I'm starting to think about dipping my toes. I never thought it would be back down to 14. I can just be honest. Like I never thought it would be back down.
Pen is.
It's funny. It's funny because I remember when the stock IPO'd, and I think it IPO'd at 20 or somewhere. It opened at 20, right? And I remember saying, "Yeah, I'm pretty bullish," and I never bought it myself. But all the way up, I thought, "Oh, why didn't I buy it? I like the stock." And now here we are below the IPO, or I don't know about the IPO price, but we're below the opening price, which was 2022. No, it's 2049. So yeah. I mean, well, heck, why not take a flyer, right, Mitch?
Hey, why not, right? It's getting definitely towards the point where if there's some that I'm going to be looking to actually dip my toes for long-term investing. Yes, I said it, guys. This is one that I might take a shot on. I would take a shot on a leader like DraftKings or Penn to come back at least halfway up this thing. I don't expect it ever going back all the way up, but
Gan at $4.
Oh, good Lord.
The thing behind the thing.
Yeah, Gan was the thing behind the thing.
I think what's going to happen here is there's going to be some consolidation in this industry. There's going to be some like, let's say DraftKings or Penn or maybe some of these casino companies stepping up in to try to take some of the technology that's cheap now. Because I mean, Gan that low, they still got a good tech stack. I think it could get taken.
All right.
That's nice.
We are inside 2 minutes away from the close. As we just sort of
this was a good comment here.
Yeah, that's funny. So we sort of meander near the high of the day. I don't know any tickers from the chat. Aaron Sachs with the throwback Genie, GINGEN.
Oh yeah. Just bring it up, Aaron.
Yeah. But anything from the chat you want us to look at here? We got about a minute and change.
Well, I'm still holding this, so I might be able to talk about it.
$4.
$4. It's consolidating. At least one thing.
This is the one that, like Joel says, you just don't watch it.
It's consolidating down here. I like it. It's in a trading range. Once someone wants to stop selling it at 420, it might pop. What an interesting number.
When Kathy gets rid of it, I'll be happy.
You'll be there for the block trade. All right, we're a little pop into the close here. I'm going to close 45.80-ish. So big day in the market, and we'll see what the big guns do. We can move 30, 40, 50 handles either way, folks. So stay tuned.
All right. Let's just do one or two quick.
Sure.
Here's one that we haven't talked about for a while. Bernice asked about Mara. How is Mara? Oh, it's below 20? I didn't realize that.
Mara or
Mara? This doesn't even. I kind of lost my feel with these things because they don't rip with Bitcoin anymore.
Joel, how many lows near 20 were there? A lot.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah. I mean, maybe it'll get back to 20 someday. You took out this monthly low. I don't know. It's just kind of its own beast. I wish I could say something better than that. Yeah. Close kind of near the high. What was the close? Yeah. First things first, you got to take out 1726 tomorrow. So there we go.
Every
good day in the markets.
Yeah, good day. Every sector in the green, every major index in the green. So you like to see that. We'll see how the Apple and Amazon reports go. And as a reminder, we'll be streaming that both those calls right here on youtube.com/Benzinga. Got to go right now, though. Cannabis Insider going live right now. I'm going to send you over there. Smash that like, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow morning.